next exciting session. That's a keynote address by Mr. Vivek Badrinath, Director General of GSMA. Mr. Vivek Badrinath is Director General of GSMA, member of its board, supporting global membership across the GSMA's three board pillars: connectivity for good, industry services and solutions, and outreach. In his role, Vivek is committed to strengthening and evolving the mobile industry, amplifying impact, fostering business growth, and collaborating with partners to explore innovative business models. Before joining the GSMA, Vivek was the CEO and chair of Management Board of Vantage Towers AG from its creation in 2020 through its IPO in 2021 to its partial sale to private equity in 2023. That's a very remarkable achievement, sir. Vivek has extensive experience in the mobile industry, having formed part of executive committee at Vodafone as CEO of Africa, Middle East, Asia Pacific, overseeing operations in the Vodafone Group, India, Australia, Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, and New Zealand. Vivek represented Vodafone at GSMA board meetings and chaired the policy group in 2019 and 2020. Prior to this, Vivek was the Deputy Chief Executive at Orange, responsible for innovation, marketing, and technology. He also successfully held positions of CTO of Orange Mobile, subsequently Group CTO and CEO of Orange Services Business. So I think since sir has a lot of experience, this one, so I just directly invite him for his keynote address. A big round of applause, please. Over to you, sir. So we want to listen you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Namaste, and it's a pleasure to be with you for this Bharat 6G Symposium today. As you walk around India Mobile Congress, it's hard to believe that it's only been 30 years since the first mobile call in India was made. And today, we serve 1 billion unique mobile customers in India. 760 million people are connected to the mobile internet. That's the glass half full. And we contribute about $370 billion, or 12% of this country's GDP. And over the years, we've seen the fastest rollout of 5G in the world, which explains the anticipation that this session has. Because if you can do 5G so fast, can't you do 6G even faster? But India is not just a digital consumer. It's also a global producer of technologies, services, and standards. But there's a lot of innovation here, from Aadhaar and India Stack to UPI, and they serve not just India, but the world. Hence, a second reason for this enthusiasm, India can be a technology giver. It's hard not to be astonished at the scale and impact of connectivity and digital transformation across India, which means that use cases abound, and that's a third reason for being excited about developing 6G in India, is that use cases emerge and they scale fast. As 5G matures, we now enter this exciting new era. So today I want to talk about three things that I think we need to get there: infrastructure, policy, and partnership. So let's start with infrastructure. 6G will be designed to natively support some advanced applications in areas like AI and XR. It will be a vital link to meet our future connectivity needs. And crucially, we are convinced that it will build on 5G foundations. It will build on recent advances in capacity and coverage to ensure consistent, secure, and sustainable connectivity. Many industrial applications are getting rolled out today, and they will not bear an all-out transformation which does not preserve the value of their 5G investment. So the evolution will need to be modular, and we will likely keep developing apps on 5G networks well into the 6G era to achieve the economies of scale that our industry always needs. Much like 4G and 5G coexist, and in some cases 3G still plays a role in connecting people at least, especially in low and middle income countries. So what does this mean? It means that we have to complete the 5G journey. And of course, India has achieved record-breaking 5G coverage in just a few short years. But today, over 365 million people in India are using 5G. 82% of the population is covered. And we do see the impact of 5G in many places. Smart intelligent villages like Satnavri, which has plans for drone-assisted farming, smart irrigation, digital schools, 5G connected ambulance services, very close to my heart, very important projects that allow ER specialists to guide paramedics in the field, smart cities like Rajkot, mixing modern infrastructure and tech for the quality of life of residents. So 5G does bring this faster speed that it promised, the ultra-low latency that it promised, and enhanced network slicing, which allows the network to be used in many different ways. These are capabilities that can that can drive transformative change across the Indian industry, in manufacturing, in logistics, and in shipping. Many of the applications we'll come to associate in the future with 6G are already possible thanks to 5G, and they need to be developed in this realm because that's the only way for them to scale at the right speed to justify further investments. So our message is clear. Let's focus our energy on reaching 5G's full potential rather than jump too early. It will give us the base to make 6G profitable and efficient in the 2030s. Because what we need from our networks today will be different to what we need in 5 years' time, and it's also important that we get this right. So we need to take advantage of India's incredible 5G infrastructure to form the solid foundation for 6G to take off in the 30s. This brings me to the second point, policies. At the moment, many governments and policymakers are still trying to keep up with or make sense of the rapidly evolving technology landscape and the frameworks that are needed to drive digital transformation in a sustainable way. How do we ensure, first and foremost, that enough spectrum is available for rapidly growing needs? And you'll hear more about that in the sequel to this. How do we ensure innovation while also protecting against growing cybersecurity concerns? How do we ensure, importantly, that we leave no one behind? All these questions and many more must be answered, and we have the duty to answer them as we complete this 5G journey and look for their answers there in order to begin the journey to 6G. So here in India, you've already started rapidly deploying 5G, laying the groundwork for 6G through the Bharat 6G vision. The recent approval of refarming 687 megahertz of spectrum, including the crucial 6 gigahertz band for 5G and 6G services, is a key step that we must commend in this road to meet future demand. As policymakers plan for the future, 3 things to be kept in mind. First, work with industry to define long-term plans for transparent policy and regulation. Second, ensure policies enable productivity, deliver social benefits, and cut carbon emissions through digitalization. And third, harmonize spectrum roadmaps with long-term vision. Spectrum is there for the benefit of the billions, not for the benefit of the few. 6 gigahertz is the first step, but beyond that, in WRC 27, we'll have a key milestone in the global conversation on 6G. And all this leads me to my third and perhaps most important point, partnership. Ultimately, the success of 6G depends on partnership across operators, governments, regulators, and the wider ecosystems and application providers. Many of you are represented in the room today. We all know it's a long-term process, and collaboration will be essential to define the spectrum, technology standards, features, and applications that 6G will address. As mobile operators, we have serious global responsibility. We serve 5.8 billion unique customers around the world, 1 billion of them in this country, India. We've driven digital transformation across India and around the world at a rapid pace, and our commitment continues as 6G approaches. We're engaging with governments worldwide, sharing insights, shaping plans for the mobile evolution in the 2030s. And this has been built on the contribution of great minds from around the world, and I must insist on that. The quality of the recent standards, their ability to address difficult use cases rests on our ability to mobilize the intelligence without consideration of flag or origin. The best ideas come from around the world, and they're the ones that make a global standard truly global and truly able to deliver great functionality at scale. So as we embark on the next era, we should not unlearn what we know has worked. Contributing the best ideas to the standards, being ambitious in this, and the government in this country has set even targets and objectives on these contributions. Sharing them in such a way that they can drive scale, be open to the contribution from all quarters, and be pragmatic on features and on their relevance. We need to put features in, but they need to be useful and relevant for them to remain affordable and usable. AI is going to change the way networks are used. So we should take the appropriate time to clearly assess and gauge the impact of this revolution. Trials are already underway. We need to progress towards standards, and we expect those by 2030 at 3GPP. But even if this continues, let us not forget our efforts need to be focused on ensuring everyone everywhere has access to the benefits, present and future, of this connectivity. Today, 690 million people in India still are not using the mobile internet, whereas they live within the coverage of a mobile network. So if India intends to be a global tech leader, it cannot leave half of the population behind. So we must continue working together to address the barriers of digital literacy and skills, affordability, safety, and security concerns. I know that collaboration is at the heart of Bharat's 6G vision. The Bharat 6G Alliance, launched by the Government of India, is a clear example of this. It brings together a broad range of stakeholders from across government, industry, academia, and development to work together to chart the way forward. And this is extremely encouraging. As we accelerate towards a more digital future, partnership must remain our compass, because the promise of 6G will only matter if every citizen is brought with us on this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 years since the first mobile call was made in India, and the country has shown what is possible when ambition meets innovation. From leading the fastest 5G rollout to deploying AI-driven solutions that will improve lives in every quarters, preparing the foundation for 6G leadership, no doubt India is helping shape the future of connectivity. So as we look to this future, with all its possibilities, I believe that if we focus on infrastructure by completing the 5G journey and planning the evolution towards 6G in the 2030s, policies ensuring we have clear long-term plans for transparent regulation and partnership working together to define spectrum, technology standards, features, and applications that 6G will address, we can accelerate India's leadership and its path towards its ambitions. Such platforms as this symposium will be key to the success of 6G. They create a space for us to debate and explore what is possible while ensuring we stay focused on the realities of today. So we're proud to be here as GSMA at India Mobile Congress, and we look forward to hosting and participating in many discussions on the opportunities ahead and the path forward. It's the beginning of the journey, and so we'll be continuing these conversations as soon as in MWC Doha, where I hope to see many of you. And I thank you very much for your time today and your attention.
So let me call the chair of Bharat 6G Alliance for giving a memento. दीजिए memento देना